In the last episode of the Valencia career mode, Maxi Gomez's release clause was met, making him the most expensive transfer of the summer. We began fulfilling our board objective of signing players from North America by bringing in Edson Alvarez and Kellen Acosta. Hey, what's going on everyone? Flick here. Welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 21 Valencia career mode. This is episode number 4, where we'll be completing the second half of season 2. If our La Liga campaign were to end today, we would qualify for Europa League, but of course we have another 18 matches to play, and I'm looking to use some of our 200 million transfer budget to help improve the squad and improve our chances of qualifying for Europe. As far as where I'm looking to improve this team, I'm pretty happy with our current starting 11. We've struck a good balance in terms of our players. However, I am looking to make some additions for our substitutes, particularly some goal scorers. Rojas has been carrying the team on his back so far this season, and we can't rely on a single player. I appreciate seeing this comment about realism. Current La Liga rules allow 5 non-EU players in each squad, and only 3 of which can be named to each matchday squad. It gets a little bit more tricky when you factor in things like dual nationality, which a couple of these Valencia players have, and we also look to fulfill board objectives like signing North American players. I'd be curious to hear some of your feedback in the comments section, whether you think we should stick to these strict La Liga rules and limit ourselves to only 5 non-EU players, or open things up as far as the transfers go. But I wanted to take a second to thank each and every one of you for the support shown so far on this Valencia save. I'm having a lot of fun with it, learning a lot of new things about La Liga, and hopefully you all are learning some new things along the way as well. If you want to help support the series, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's push on with the episode. Jean-Kévin Augustin has had a very interesting career trajectory, starting with PSG's youth academy and eventually making the move to RB Leipzig. He was a pretty promising player in career mode. Max potential of 85 in FIFA 19. He's transferred to a few different clubs in recent years, going from Leipzig to Monaco, then to Leeds. Now he finds himself at Nantes. And he actually has seen some decent growth over the course of this save when we first scouted him out, up to a 77 overall, which isn't that much less than his potential. But I think he could be a really good backup striker option to Rojas. There's no way he's going to take Rojas's place in the starting 11, but we could use him as a reliable goal scorer, and hopefully dynamic potential can take over and we can see a fresh start for him. We ended up spending more than I would have liked for this transfer, 22.2 million. I usually would pass on, but because we have so many funds left over, I figured why not? Agreeing to a rotational squad role on a 3-year deal worth 30 grand a week, and a release clause set at 40.2 million. We also put a center forward dev plan change on Augustin. I thought that would boost his rating, but because he's already grown in this career mode save, he stayed the same. We're going to look to keep these transfers going and continue to sign players from North America. Figured we might as well sign another player from the United States in Reggie Cannon. I like the fact that he's currently playing in Liga NOS, the Portuguese league, because this is another league that Valencia end up signing a lot of players from, so I think we're achieving some realism there. This was a more reasonable deal as far as transfers go, 17.5 million, agreeing to a sporadic squad role on a 4-year deal worth 21.5 grand a week, and a nice release clause as well, set at 30.4 million. We got a total of 4 players leaving the club, some out on loan, some on permanent transfer deals. Condretti will kick things off. He'll be joining Sheffield United at the beginning of the next transfer window. Another Premier League loan as Lazio, who does have a good amount of potential in career mode, and we might look to utilize him in this save if Guy ever leaves. He'll be going to Leicester, and then we've got a new youth academy promotion in Dragov. He'll be going out on loan to Astra Giurgiu. One permanent deal that we managed to negotiate was Piccini returning to Serie A. He'll be joining Sassuolo for 7 million. And I think this is a good time to part ways with him because he won't be reaching much higher of an overall, and it's fairly realistic for an Italian player to end his career in his home country and Serie A. We'll recap some of these youth academy promotions though. Francisco Lopez is a right back from Spain, 16 years old, the potential of 88 to 94. We've already talked about Dragov. He'll be going out on loan, but he is a left back slash right back, 18-year-old from Bulgaria, 82 to 94 potential. And our sole Canadian player in the youth academy is Evan Bird. Looks to be quite promising as well, with potential of 89 to 94. We don't usually find too many wingers, so I'm excited about this guy's future. 3 new countries though, as we secure a scouting network in Spain for 6 months looking for any type of player. We'll also be going off to the Netherlands for 6 months looking for a technically gifted player. And finally, we'll look to get some more Italians into this Valencia team, with Piccini leaving on a permanent basis as we set up a scouting network there for 6 months looking for a physically strong player. Some final squad updates. Because of the transfers we made, I figured it would be best if we let Vallejo be a center attacking mid. I think this also allows him to play more out on the wing without getting a decrease to his sharpness in game. No boost to his overall because of the position modification, but we will be able to to utilize this shadow striker depth plan, but with another transfer window complete, we'll see if we can finish out this second season strong and secure European qualification. Europa League is certainly within reach, but Champions League is not too far off. La Liga will be the focus for gameplay, and it will be an extended episode as we feature 6 matches, and I can tell you already, it'll be a good one. We'll kick off the second half of our La Liga campaign with a fixture against Osasuna. Having to travel away from home is always going to be difficult, but Osasuna have also made a few transfers into their side, improving their defense. To counter that, though, we have the league's leading goal scorer, Rojas, with 17 goals from 19 matches. We'll be relying on him if we want to fulfill the achievements that we set out at the beginning of the season. It appears that word has traveled around La Liga about Rojas's goal-scoring ability because Osasuna were set out to limit his chances. A slide tackle from behind there will result in a yellow card for the Osasuna defender as we try to push on. And now on the other end of things, we need to show some good defensive capabilities. Vogelsammer with the near post effort saved well by Jaume. And now Guedes finding Gaia. He spots out Rojas in the middle. We've scored from these sort of situations before. This time it was not meant to be. As in the second half, Kellen Acosta will be brought on, playing a bigger role in the squad for the rest of this campaign. Looking back at some of these highlights, I realize now how much space Osasuna were actually giving us to carry the ball forward. Guedes with an opportunity to open up the scoring, brought to an end by Dedos as he attempts to get this effort cleared, finding Inigo Perez, who shows a bit of skill to get around Racic. And we will eventually win back possession as Acosta, usually not known to be a box-to-box center midfielder, more of a holding midfielder than anything else, will set up Rojas, and another good save by Herrera. Again, it's Acosta carrying the ball forward, waiting for the run from Vase. Hasn't featured a whole lot for this Valencia team in Season 2, even though we've converted his position to be more of a midfielder. But in the 88th minute, we do manage to get one final chance to maybe get the 1-0 result. Rojas on his left foot is usually clinical with these sort of finesse shots. I still remember when he made his debut with us, scoring that incredible goal against Atletico Madrid. But on the day, it was not meant to be, as this one will result in a scoreless draw. Hopefully not a sign of things to come, both for Rojas's golden boot race and also for where we finish in La Liga. Granada will be our next opponent, again traveling away from home so that we can feature more of these La Liga stadiums. A number of interesting transfers from them, though, as Cristante has made the move from Roma and Kurzawa has joined the club from PSG. You might have noticed that they've got Suarez up top. That is not Luis Suarez, the Uruguayan striker for Atletico Madrid, rather the Colombian striker, who does have a good amount of potential in career mode, but hopefully someone that will not score as many goals the last time we played Suarez. Guedes has of course played a huge role in our team, and with the amount of growth that he's had so far in this save, it's no wonder that he continues to make an impact on these matches. This time he goes on a solo run, going for a near post effort, saved pretty well by Ruiz Silva as Granada build out of the back. And we're going to get the notification here that Daniel Vase is hanging up the boots. I mentioned that in the last episode, but I thought I would be a refresher that both Vase and Gamero will be ending their careers at the end of this season. But Rojas with a very unusual miss. Not known to miss chances from this sort of range. It builds upon our scoreless streak to start the season. Hopefully it'll just be a matter of time before we get back to our usual goal scoring ways. Defensively, we have been sound though, and as long as we keep that up, the worst that we can do is pick up draws for results. As Lee does a great job to fight through a couple of tackles, and we're going to see some quick passes between Soleil and Lee. Eventually it will be Guedes, who again from a good range thought he would do better with this chance. Unfortunately, the post will deny him as we move on to the 38th minute. Another opportunity from Granada. This time it's going to be Suarez setting up one of their other players. I think one of Jaume's weak areas is defending shots on his near post, as that's exactly what gave Granada the advantage in this one. But still lots of time for us to find the equalizer and maybe even push on for a winner, as Racic will set up Soleil. Finally, we get our goal. Of course, it is Rojas to bury this effort across target and tie this one up before the halftime break. And I think that gave us the momentum going into the early stages of the second half, as now Rojas again getting this one on his left. The finesse shot saved well by the keeper, but finally we were creating some good goal scoring chances. More so in this second season, there's been a tactics change in that we're always looking to press the opposition's defense, because sometimes we can win the ball back in really advantageous areas and lead to goals like this one. It just seems like when Rojas gets going in matches, he doesn't stop. I think that's a big reason why he is La Liga's current top goal scorer. Easily the biggest surprise of this career mode so far in terms of impact, and fingers crossed this continues. We did of course sign another striker option in January though, as Augustin will feature in one of his first matches here. Still 30 minutes left to play, so plenty of time for him to maybe get a goal and start boosting his confidence here at Valencia, as he really showcases some of his strong points here. Some good acceleration to get away from the defenders, and good awareness to set up Lee, as that will give us our third goal, pretty much sealing the victory in this one. Of course, I was tempted to go solo on that situation to give Augustin his first goal, but that too should come with time, as I was really impressed with the immediate impact he made on this Valencia side. 3 more points though to our league total. That'll be crucial for us as we push on to the later stages of this season. I've got to hand it to Real Betis. They have managed to keep hold of some of their high overall and high potential players like Fekir and Emerson, also adding some quality options in their defense. Those of you that watch the Wolfsburg career mode will know John Anthony Brooks, and it looks like they're partnering him up with another Bundesliga center back in Martin Hinteregger. In terms of away grounds that we visited, I think Real Betis is definitely ranking up there as one of my favorites so far. This tifo was pretty awesome, as it will be their star striker, Iglesias, who leads them onto the pitch. Hopefully some of the goals that we scored for the last match will carry forward to this one. I would love another easy result that'll pick up 3 more crucial points in the league. But a rare start for Carrillo, who makes an immediate impact, testing draw on his near post, going to show that even though he is a substitute for us, he can still make an immediate mark on this Valencia team. It is going to be Carrillo though from the right-hand side, pushing up from the full-back position, looking around for some options. Not a whole lot of them, but it is Carrillo playing this ball around to Guedes. We're basically just working it from side to side, and this is where Rojas does excel. A master of positional awareness. It was a tap-in for him at the end of the day to open up our scoring. Almost in the opposite situation as our last match. Now we've got 60 minutes to hang on to our lead, and a lot of attacking options for Real Betis to look to equalize. It was a good cross sent in initially, but we managed to put a stop to that. As we get forward to the last 15 or so minutes, you can see one of our defenders had an injury sign that is severely going to limit his mobility, and we just couldn't get the ball out of play to make the needed substitution. An unfortunate way to concede and equalize, but one that we just need to deal with and push on as we try to find the winner. However, it just did not seem meant to be. Real Betis had all the momentum after that, and despite putting in some good blocks like that one from Alvarez, they will find the space, and again, it's Jaume on his near post that ends up being the deciding factor in this one. I was not surprised at all that it was Iglesias to net both of the goals for Betis. Certainly not the first striker that I think of in La Liga, but a solid player, and as shown in this one, definitely capable of scoring goals on big occasions. This result had a big result on our momentum and dream of qualifying for a European competition come the end of the season. But I continue to believe in this Valencia team, and as long as we continue putting these sort of statistics up, I think we're going to win more games than not. Stamina is somewhat going to be an issue against Eibar, but we're still able to feature most of our high-rated players in the squad, and I think our midfield will play a particularly big role in this one because they're one of the few areas where stamina and fitness isn't affected. We certainly struggled in the opening minutes of this match, really not able to get the ball out of our own half, but Jaume does a good job to make a save there on his near post. It's something he's of course been struggling with, and it was good to see him redeem himself in some ways. A good save again, as the second effort will fall wide of the post. But as we surpass the 30-minute mark, we'll finally feature some good build-up play from us, eventually working the ball out wide to Guedes, spotting out the run from Rojas. You guys know on his left foot, he is deadly, as we open up the scoring with pretty much our first shot on target. We'll try to build upon that here as Acosta finds Rojas. This time around, he is going to hold it up and spots out Guedes on the near post. It's a pretty routine save by the computer goalkeeper. And it's unfortunate that Guedes hasn't scored a whole lot for us in these gameplay matches. Simulation-wise, he's been amazing. I don't know, I haven't gotten on with him quite as well as some of our other attackers. Something that we may need to keep in mind for the future if we decide to transfer list any more players. After a couple close calls that nearly resulted in the equalizer, I was looking to be patient with our build-up play, hopefully double our lead, as Lee actually manages to get by the defenders, getting another good shot on target. And again, in the 69th minute, it's a chance for Augustin to get his first goal here at Valencia. Don't know how he didn't manage to get this one on target, and you could tell he was upset about missing this chance. Every point truly does matter, especially when we have a chance to pick up all 3 points. And in the 89th minute, it's going to be some crucial defensive stops. This save from Jaume is probably one of the key moments that we've had so far in this Valencia career mode. One of the best reflex saves I've seen all year, and coming from an 80 or 81 rated goalkeeper, it was truly remarkable. Hopefully that'll be one of the moments we look back favorably on as a reason for us making the jump up to Europe. However, this match against Bilbao will be crucial. We need a draw at minimum to stay in the running for top 6. A win ideally would put us ahead of them. But we know from the last time we played them that they are a quality side with a dangerous attack, and we'll need to be at our best if we want a good result from this one. Someone who I consider to be a veteran of La Liga, Oscar de Marcos, is also retiring at the end of the season, and while I wish him the very best in retirement, we're looking to put a damper on his final league campaign, where hopefully once things are said and done, we'll be ahead of Bilbao in the table. But this was a tense match, not a whole lot of goal scoring opportunities for either side. The few that we did have were more or less sought out by the defense or the goalkeeper of Bilbao, as they try to get something together here in the 85th minute, working the ball around and eventually finding the inside the 18-yard box. It's going to be a last-ditch slide tackle effort by Gabriel Paulista to put a stop to that one. We need to remember the importance of at least getting a draw from this match, and it became apparent that Bilbao were not going to concede any goals. So I'm happy that we could achieve 1 point and at least have a shot to achieve Europa League qualification on our final match day. I think it's fair to say that our job was on the line for this final match of the La Liga season as we square up against Deportivo Alaves, a side that we should be able to deal with. However, we've seen time and time again that these underdog opponents manage to play extremely well, so we need to forget about that previous draw and pick up the full 3 points here. We'll also need a little bit of luck on our side, as a win won't be enough. We need either Villarreal to lose their final match or Bilbao to get a loss or a draw. Thankfully, we've got the advantage in terms of goal differential, so we could place as high as 5th once things are all said and done. The storylines in this second season of Valencia have been incredible. Rojas as a league top scorer, and now our season coming down to the final match day. But I'm glad that this last match will be at home, and hopefully we can get the job done. Outside of all the importance regarding the league standings, I also need to remember that this is going to be the final appearance for both Vase and Gamero because they're retiring at the end of this season. So while I want to get a win, I also want to respect those players' careers. But we do manage to get off to a really good start in this one. Despite the early miss by Soleil, we still managed to get a corner kick just a few minutes later, and while the initial chance was distributed out, we managed to send in another cross, and Soleil will actually get his assist to Rojas. This will be the 3rd header that he scored so far in this save, and what a time to get this one. Now it's important that we don't take our foot off the gas and continue to score goals. On the opposite side of things, Deportivo Alaves were very cautious with their build-up play, trying to hang on to some possession, and I respect that game plan because it seemed to be working out for them. Eventually, it is going to be Edgar with the far post effort, again saved well by Jaume. Diving to his right seems to be no problem as he looks to add another clean sheet to his La Liga total. We're a few minutes before the halftime break, and with a lot of space in front of him, Guedes plays the through ball to Rojas, and that will be our second goal. This was actually the 30th goal that Rojas has scored in his La Liga campaign this season. An incredible outing, and probably the best goal to game ratio I've seen out of all my career modes so far in FIFA 21. Now all we have to do is just hang on to our lead and maybe tack on another goal if the right occasion pops up. We do well to work the ball around, setting up Musa with a chance that probably should have been a goal to finish things off, but pretty similar effort here in the 67th minute. Again, Guedes with a lot of space, cutting in, finding Rojas on the pass, setting up Vase, and he skies this effort. That would have been a fantastic end to his career, but in these last 22 minutes, Gamero will also make an appearance. I could tell with how Vase was playing that he wanted to contribute something on this final match day, truly playing as a box-to-box CM as he gets an assist here for Rojas. Not a bad way to end off his La Liga campaign this year, as that will be a hat-trick. And at this point, I've honestly lost count of how many hat-tricks he scored. I want to say it's been 2, but he could have even gotten a 3rd this season. We did our job. Whether that will be enough to qualify us for Europe next season is still yet to be seen. Stay tuned for the end of season update coming up now. One of the most dramatic ends to a season that I've experienced in a career mode. 3 teams finishing with 64 points. Literally every point mattered for us this season, as well as every goal that we managed to score. And I'm extremely proud of the squad and the league position that we've achieved. But transitioning to the second half of the table, a big surprise to see Celta Vigo in 19th place. Hopefully they make a swift return to La Liga in a couple of seasons, but Mallorca and Leganés will both be joining them in the Segunda division. An amazing goal to game ratio from Rojas as he led the way for the club, 31 goals from 39 matches. Guedes in second with 14 goals from 38, and Vallejo in third with 3 goals from 21. Soleil was healthy the entirety of this season, and that means he finished first in assists, 10 assists from 37 matches. Gaia again contributing second in assists with 6 from 38, and Lee in third with 5 assists from 26. Some good outings from some of our Youth Academy player promotions in terms of growth: Korea with a +9, Gonzalez with a +7, and Nikolai with also a +7. Not only did Rojas lead the team in terms of goals, he also led the league with 31 goals from 38 matches. If you're new to the channel and this is the first career mode that you're tuning into, I like to incorporate some Easter eggs here and there, so we're going to be giving Rojas some golden boots moving forward. Just another way to keep this save unique and remember this incredible season that Rojas has had. What has also made an appearance in the top 15 for goals, as he finished 9th with 13 goals from 37 matches. A solid outing from Soleil for assists, finishing in third in La Liga with 10 assists from 36 matches. And another third place outing for Jaume, as he had 17 clean sheets from 38 matches. We'll recap the competitions that we were involved in, as well as some of the other major competitions around the world. Another early exit, unfortunately, in the Copa de España, exiting in the round of 32. Real Madrid did win this competition in an all-Madrid derby, as Barcelona won Champions League over Inter, and RB Leipzig won the Europa League. We got a couple of additional Youth Academy promotions because these players wanted to be promoted or be sent out of our Youth Academy. So Giovanni Bos is a right mid / left winger from the Netherlands, 18 years old with an overall of 63, potential of 77 to 91. And I've been keeping my eyes on David Exposito for quite a while. We're finally eligible to promote him now that he is 16. And I think this could be another very promising talent, already up to a 63 overall, and that big potential of 91 to 94. 5-star skill moves as well, which is a nice touch. As we move on to future seasons, we will of course see some more Youth Academy promotions. I'm just going to play it as the save progresses. Whichever players have a good enough overall and I think have a decent future, I'll end up promoting to the senior squad. Another solid season and outing in terms of overall growth across the squad. I think we had a good combination of players out on loan, and we also did well to rotate the team sheet to ensure everyone got some appearances. I think the only 2 players that saw a decline in their rating were 2 players that are both retiring at the end of the season in Vase and Gamero. I'm glad that we were able to feature them in that final match. Maybe we'll keep a lookout for their regen in season 3. It was a pretty rough year in terms of board objectives. I feel like the ones for this second season were particularly difficult. I don't see us fulfilling this long-term youth development objective. It's just so tough to incorporate these Youth Academy players in 20 matches. I want them to play a future in this Valencia team, but I think this is a bit too ambitious. We did see out this brand exposure objective of signing 3 players from North America though. And for finances, unfortunately, we just didn't receive offers for our Youth Academy player promotions. Domestically, we missed out on finishing in a Champions League place and reaching the round of 16 of Copa de España. But with another season to go for this long-term objective, I hope we can finish out a top 4 spot in La Liga and secure Champions League. I want to say thanks to channel members for supporting the channel. If you do want to learn more about the YouTube membership program, there's a link available in the description talking all about it. You get emotes to use in both chat in live streams as well as the comment section for these YouTube videos. But once again, some big decisions to make moving forward for this Valencia career mode. Now that we are in Europa League, I think we can attract some more big names from other European clubs, but I do want to balance out this squad a little bit more. If we receive offers for either Gaia or Guedes, I'll probably accept one of those. So if you have a preference on which of those 2 players you think I should keep, let me know in the comments section. But if you did enjoy this episode of the Valencia Career Mode, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to y'all again soon.